Yo, what's up? This That Guy Rell, the host of the 313 Live Show, Detroit's Royce Podcast Show. We thank you for tuning in to us over here on podcast, but now you need to go over and check us out on our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is the 313 Live Show. Make sure you go over, like the videos, comment on the videos, and most importantly of all, subscribe and tell a friend.
Detroit City on the run and we ain't never gonna stop. The 313 Live Show, they got this thing going on. That guy Rell, Danni, J.Street, what they do? Put you on game and give you the latest news. So tune in, you want it, we got it. We ready for you. Ready. What up, dog? What up, dog? Oh my God, 313 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live. 3 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live. 3 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live. 3 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live. 3 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live. Oh my God, 313 Live.
What's up, podcast world? We back, episode 103.
103
Yay.
rhymes with Danni.
No, it do not.
If you make it rhyme with it, it does.
Whatever.
Anyway, what's up, people?
We good. How your weekend? Your week went, Danny?
My week was good, but my weekend was. I just got back from Saginaw. We had homecoming, so I had fun at homecoming, but I got a ticket up there, and then
Saginaw's so hot, man.
A ticket?
A ticket. Yeah.
For what? Speeding?
That's what they said. I really wasn't speeding though, so I'm gonna try to fight the ticket. Gotta get it dropped down because I can't take no points.
No, don't get no points. That's not good at all.
And then my phone cracked in the case, like.
In the case? How
Yes,
did
but
that happen?
homecoming, I dropped it on the floor. But I've always dropped this, not always, but I dropped this phone. I didn't know I was about to drop it. It dropped while I was in the bathroom. And then I didn't even know that it had cracked until I was outside the bathroom and I was doing something. And I was like, why do my screen look like that? But you know, when you're a little tipsy, you like, I'm all wiping my screen like.
Was you a little tipsy or a lot of tipsy?
No, I was a little.
Oh.
I don't even, like I had drunk at the tailgate. But I didn't drink, like, in the evening, like, pregame for the party because I was so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know Danny don't drink like that.
Oh.
Well, no more.
Danny can drink a 1% wine cooler and be all over the place.
No, we had Crown all weekend.
Crown what? Apple?
All weekend. It was
I already
good,
know
too.
what kind of weekend that was.
Crown water, you mean?
What you mean Crown water?
So,
Oh, no, Danny turned up. I can tell.
No,
I can tell
Danny-
Danny turned up.
I disagree with that wholeheartly, 100%.
I used to turn up for real.
Look, see, I know.
Used to, and now.
Yeah, now
Well, her
it's not
used
the
to is
same.
like maybe 3 years ago, so.
Okay.
Like 4. No, because in grad school was turned.
Throw that degree out there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yay. Danny.
We smart over here.
Yeah, so
Yes.
what you do? this
What
past
I do, I think I was chilling, man, out the way, not doing much. Oh man, I'm
Did
glad.
that girl show up at your door?
Oh Lord, we gonna bring that back up in later news. But anyway, let me talk to y'all about what happened to me on Friday. So Rell, I remember I called Rell this weekend. I was like, Rell, you you're the only person that could persuade me to go get this new Call of Duty game because I said I was done with it. So, I'm thinking Rell already had it. He said, I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. So I'm all right. I went and picked it up. So I go to the Best Buy on 12 Mile, Walmart on 12 Mile and Van Dyke. Go in the store, get my game. I come back to the crib. I'm delete all the old stuff so I can have just enough space so I can download Call of Duty.
Okay.
So, open the game up, open the case. Why is it a blank CD in?
Are you blank? So wait a minute. Somebody took the game back and got.
No, bro. This was a brand spanking new game, and like it had all the Xbox little things in there. I opened it, and that was right there. So what I do, I was furious because I'm trying to play the shit. I'm not trying to pull no shit. So I go back up to Walmart. Luckily, somebody else. It happened to somebody else. So I came back up there. He was in the guy. He was cool. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you another one, but by law, I have to open it to make sure it's in there." I'm like, "Do the shit, B. You know, I'm trying to play it." So he opens up another one. It's a blank CD in there.
Quit playing.
No lie. I made sure I took a picture of it.
So do the CDs don't work?
Not. I mean, you can't do nothing with that. So what?
So it's nothing on it for real.
No, it was just a blank CD. Like
I thought you were saying it's blank, like it don't have the stickers and stuff.
no,
you know?
like remember you making CDs for your
Rewritable
car?
CD?
Yeah,
I was one of those.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
somebody got them.
That's a corporate. That comes from corporate. That had to come out
yeah,
corporate.
but somebody could have.
Well, no, what I was thinking, because, a lot of these, they got, packaging places like that here in Michigan. One of my boys, he used to work there, and he said they would get Madden and stuff like that, and they would have to, put the cases and all that stuff together. What he used to do, I'm not about to drop his name, but he said they used to, take the Maddens and just put, CDs in there.
Right.
So, and,
Yeah, that's what I said. Somebody got down.
So, yeah, somebody got down, but they ain't get down on J.Street because I'm playing.
They did, but they
They
did.
technically didn't, and somebody else was on
They
Xbox
did.
Live saying this, and I was getting mad. But I got my game, so
You did after another trip.
So basically, you gotta just open the game before you leave out the store for Xbox.
Yes, for X and PlayStation. No,
Okay.
the person who came in before, his was a PS4.
Yeah, it didn't matter because they was packaging them all
if they
together.
yeah. So when you listen, if you getting that call, matter of fact, any video game now, because you don't know. Make sure you open your shit. I mean, you gonna open it when you get to the crib, but make sure you open it while you at the store so you can save a trip. And we might. I got the picture, so we might put it on our page or whatnot.
Yeah, we will.
Like that, just so y'all can see, man. Because it's probably gonna get worse for the holiday.
Okay. Well, let's take a commercial break, and then when we come back, we're gonna come back with this gruesome story.
Uh-oh.
Yes, very gruesome.
Is that bad, Rell?
That bad.
Very what, real?
Gruesome.
Gruesome?
Gruesome.
We make our own
We
language.
make our
what
own
that
language.
is.
We make our own language up in here.
Awkward.
Be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy J.Street, co-host of the 313 Live Show. Hey, look, let me tell you like this. If you listening to all the music on this show and you like it, please follow your boy on all social medias. That's at Who Is That J.Street. That's WHOISDATJSTREET. From the whole 313 Live Show, we thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you.
Shocking, gruesome, and horrifying story. Just some of the words to describe the discovery at Detroit's former Cantrell Funeral Home.
Yeah, it was shut down in April. Yesterday, investigators found the bodies of 11 babies stuffed in the ceiling.
And we have so many questions right now on this story. To answer some of them, Fox 2's Camille Amiri, who has the latest on this investigation from Detroit's East Side. Hi, Camille.
Good evening. Just a horrible, horrible story. We can tell you right now that police do have the identification of some of the remains. They say that there were some IDs connected to the remains, but still trying to figure out who everybody is, who they belong to, why this happened, and who did it and who knew about it. The remains of 11 infants found inside this box and this tiny casket, discovered Friday in a false ceiling compartment in the former Cantrell Funeral Home on Mack Avenue on Detroit's East Side.
We do have names of some of the remains, and we are going to do follow-up with the Wayne County Medical Examiner to identify or locate and talk to the family members.
The state closed down the funeral home last April after finding human remains in advanced stages of decomposition and other deplorable conditions. But the cremated remains of the 11 babies only discovered Friday after the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs received an anonymous letter telling officials about the infant remains and where to find them. Naveed Saeed purchased the building a month ago from Wayne County with the intention of turning it into a community center. He says he had no idea what was in that false ceiling compartment.
Hiding those babies, those angels, was a terrible thing. I'm a father, and it was very, very hard for me. And it's going to be hard for me for the next 2 or 3 days to process this. It's very, very sad that somebody would do something like that to a human body, that too with the babies.
And back live here, we have tried to get a hold of Raymond Cantrell Jr. He was running the place for about a year and a half after his father died. Of course, we really want to talk to him and find out what he knew and if he knew that those babies were inside that hidden compartment. Reporting live from Detroit's East Side, Camille Mary, Fox 2 News.
And Camille, as we said at the outset, certainly a lot of questions, probably more questions than answers here. Do we have any sense of how long it's going to take authorities to identify all of these babies and match them to families?
No, we don't. We don't know how long these babies were here, these infants' remains were here. So what was the time frame? A lot of unanswered questions. Of course, the medical examiners taking over from the police department. I did speak with the police, and they said that pretty much right now there will probably not be any new information until Monday, but just such a horrific story. And when you see that video, you see the video inside and you see the box and you see that little casket, there are no words.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that clip was courtesy of Fox 2 News here in Detroit. And to all the my YouTube audience who listens to the show, you guys, you got an early hand of that while it was unfolding, because I was live streaming live at the crime scene while this was going down and unfolding.
Oh, you was out there?
I was there, most definitely, brother. So, Danny, you are a mother, and when you hear something like this, I mean, because I saw you just shaking your head the whole time, like in disbelief. I mean, just something like that.
I just don't even know where to start, because it's like, where is the family that belongs to all these people, and what did they lie and say they buried the babies, or were y'all did they not want funerals? Like, I just want to know, like, where the breakdown was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know, like, some people may not want the remains of their babies, you know, like, say, like, if you have a stillborn in the hospital. Mm-hmm. So, like, is this the case, you know, for some of these people? Or, like, did you think that, did you tell me that you put my baby in the ground and then my baby's not in the ground? Like, I don't understand.
Well, from my understanding, they were cremated. They were the ashes of the 11 babies. It was 9 of them stacked in one cardboard box, and the other 2 were in baby caskets. So I'm trying to really still get the whole story and the whole understanding and find out, was this a situation where this were babies, decomposing babies, or was these ashes? Like, I believe that they said they were cremated. The babies were cremated.
I didn't hear that in no part of the story.
Yeah, I read a little bit more into it. It said they were cremated. Some, the remains were cremated. And still.
Why would they be in the ceiling, though?
That's something we have to know. And come to find out, some of these bodies have been there. The remains have been there since 2009. And the father, Cantrell, the senior, he didn't pass away until like almost a year and a half, 2 years ago, and the son took it over. But now we just can't, say that, the son does not have his hands dirty, because the son was just into a situation where they shut the funeral home down back in April. Yeah, they shut it down in April because they found decomposing bodies stacked up in the garages.
Oh man.
Decomposing bodies, like bodies laying on the table.
But that's not the first time, because there was another story that we did like a while back on the show.
Yes, we did.
About a funeral home in Flint.
That was in Flint. Swanson Funeral Home. But
that was Swanson?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But now this is the reason here. We also have a clip from the reason why they shut this funeral home down in the first place, because this funeral home was shut down and they was getting ready to turn it into a community center over on Detroit's east side.
Hold on, wait. We got a clip right now?
We got a clip right now for where, and this is courtesy of WDIV Channel 4 News here in Detroit.
From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now. Good evening. Off the top, decomposing remains and deplorable conditions. Just a few of the violations that led to state inspectors shutting down the Cantrell funeral home on Mack in Detroit.
And tonight we're asking the funeral home's owner how this could ever happen.
At what point did you talk to your certified mortician about what she was doing right or wrong?
I haven't.
And don't you think you should have at this point?
That would have been wise.
All right, let's get right to Jermont Terry on Detroit's east side. And Jermont, a lot of devastated families impacted from all of this.
You're exactly right, Kimberly. What the state claims was happening at this funeral home has so many people shaking their heads. Now, the state claims that bodies were stored in the garage, not to mention just on open tables. Now, this is especially hard for the families who had services scheduled here at Cantrell, not to mention those families and loved ones who thought that their family members were buried or stored properly. With state police standing guard, caskets were rolled out of the Cantrell funeral home. The bodies were removed and loaded into hearses. All of the bodies taken to a cleaner facility instead of the deplorable one the state revoked the license from.
This is really wrong and crazy.
Yolanda Brewer is one of many who rushed to East Mack.
So I can see where they taking my sister.
She watched as stacks of unlabeled cremated remains were wheeled from the back door, not to mention those caskets. Yolanda held her sister's funeral service at Cantrell in January, but could not afford to pay a full burial up front.
He said, "I'll hold the body here in a cooler until we could pay the rest of the money."
She showed me receipts and paperwork of how she worked out a payment plan with the owner, Raymond Cantrell.
Every time I talked to him, he said she's okay, but now that I hear this, I don't know what's going on.
When the state went in originally, they found decomposing bodies stored in an unrefrigerated garage and a filthy back room. Then a pop-up inspection today discovered 20 bodies. 7 were in caskets, 3 were in cremation containers, and 10 were just sitting on tables. Many were there for months, decomposing.
And her body might be one of the ones that's messed up.
It is a shock to me.
While Cantrell denies most of the violations, he agrees on one thing.
Were you in fact storing bodies in the garage?
Yes, so that we wouldn't have an aroma filling up the funeral home.
Okay, is that proper procedure to store things in the
garage?
Well,
if I had them in the funeral home, then my funeral home would not smell fresh.
Cantrell insisting he was only helping grieving families out. Yolanda doesn't view this as help at all.
This is crazy. I ain't never heard of nothing like this in my life, and he just made me get the wrong understanding from the beginning.
You can just feel Yolanda's pain tonight. Now, we should point out there's another aspect to the story. We mentioned people who had services scheduled here. Their loved ones were taken away. They spent most of the night trying to call around, figuring out where their family members are. And the services in the middle of the grief, they now have to reschedule services as they try to track down the families. A lot to sort out, but that's the very latest here tonight. For now, reporting live on the east side on Mack, I'm Jermont Terry, Local 4.
So, Jermont, I'm wondering, is it common or even legal for that matter for funeral homes to store a body for months for any reason?
Well, Kimberly, that is a question I talked to one of our legal experts about. They can store the body, but those bodies must, one, be embalmed and properly stored in a refrigerated area. The allegations here, they were in the garage, unrefrigerated, and as you heard, badly decomposing. So what the state says was going on here should never have happened.
Yeah. So tough for those families. All right, Jermont.
Now, as you heard, the owner, the son who took it over, now the owner, well, is no longer the owner no more because it's no longer a funeral home. Did you just see how he smirked, like laughed, and
you talking
smiled?
about at the end?
Yeah,
like yeah. If I had him in there, it wouldn't be stinking or something like that.
Yeah, it would have been my funeral home wouldn't smell fresh. Danny.
He doesn't care because he felt like he was doing them a favor. So the people that were in his funeral home were incomplete payments. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like, well, had they been able to afford their loved ones to be put away properly, then this wouldn't be going on. So that's why he's nonchalant and smug.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But you know, when the father, this is the killing part. Back in April, they just shut this funeral home down. In those bodies, 11
remains of infants were hidden away in the ceiling, buried.
Like, you mean like if they like the ceiling right here,
the ceiling
and
right
they
here,
open it up and it's just bodies fall.
Yeah, a false compartment.
Man.
Now, what happened? How they found out about this was someone who worked in that funeral home who either helped put those bodies there or knew about what was going on. They wrote a letter, an anonymous letter, to let them know, hey, this is where these 11 bodies that remains of the 11 infants are here, and they up in this ceiling, and gave them detailed walkthrough on the letter of where to go find these bodies at. And they went in and found these bodies.
Yeah, that's it's an unfortunate situation. I feel like it's gonna be a lawsuit that's gonna happen.
Who they gonna sue? The funeral home is closed.
I mean, they can sue the people. They can sue the people. Definitely still.
It's a lawsuit coming.
Yeah, well, are you gonna good luck on trying to collect, because he's gonna say he ain't got any money now?
Oh, they'll find it.
Yeah, they'll find it.
I'm sure his daddy had a very good insurance policy.
Yeah.
He put away people for a living. I'm sure he got some money.
Yeah. Well, here's the moral of this story right here, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of everybody turning up every day, blazing trees every day, popping mollies, sipping on syrup, whatever it is you do, this is what I want. That one friend or that one family member with some common sense, right? I want you to look at who's in your circle, who's the fuck up, who has just party hard, fucking like crazy, drinking like crazy, or doing drugs like crazy, right? You take that person and say, hey, I'm finna to go down here and I'm going to put a $50,000 life insurance policy on you, and I'm going to pay that every month. And what's that, about $10, $20 a month? And I'm going to pay this insurance policy. So if anything happens to you, I can help your family bury you, or I can bury you for your family, and I'm going to cash out with the rest. I'm going to set the funeral. I'm going to pay for the funeral. I'm going to put you away cheaply and nicely as possible. No more than $10,000 I'm going to pay for your funeral, and we're going to be good. And you get them to sign and agree to it. I know people who have done it and cashed in on not lawsuits, but cashed in on insurance policies because of that one person who was a fuck up, and the family did not know how they was going to bury him until the person said, hey, don't worry about it. I'm going to bury him for you. I seen it happen. So that's some good advice. Do that, people. Anybody that's listening, you take that one screw up out of your family or your friend circle, and you put some insurance on them, and you bury them.
Yeah, give people their proper burial.
Yeah, I would put a $50,000 insurance on you and life insurance policy on you, and when you croak, I'll spend $10,000 and bury you.
But sometimes, it's
you can just get a burial policy just for burial purposes.
Yeah, but sometimes, death comes, you never know. So, sometimes, those things aren't, set aside, and it's kind of hard coming up with money like that because funerals are expensive.
That's right.
Especially if
funerals are not expensive.
No.
It's the stuff that goes on at the funeral home that's expensive.
Yeah, true. Like what?
The bombing of the body, the preparation of the body, the going to the transportation to go to the burial site, all of that. That's where this costs.
See, like black people, we spend more on a funeral than we do on anything else. And I remember back in the 80s, in the 90s, drug dealers' funerals I would go into. These guys had $50,000, $60,000 funerals, and you looking like yeah. Like look at Maserati Rick. God rest his soul. Put him away in back then a $15,000 casket.
See, that's where the money going.
Right, but and you look at that. A Mercedes-Benz casket. Back then, caskets was only like $2,000 in the 80s. But this man had $15,000 casket.
Money still.
$2,000 for a casket ain't shit back then compared to today.
Still a lot.
If you got rent,
what they now cost? What they cost now?
Shit, it costs like $5,000, $6,000 now.
See, just put me in a box.
Right. We ain't trying to have no funerals no time soon. So,
I'm just saying, you don't gotta spend $5,000. Cheapest one.
That's a box.
You put me in the wood.
Oh wow! In the wood.
Give all my money to my baby.
Well, that's cool right there. Like she said something, give it to the baby. Okay.
Yeah, thank God my job gave me a little life insurance thing. So, you know,
But that's not good. So I'm not saying that that's not good that they gave you one, but always have your own because that's not your policy. That's their policy. Get your own policy outside, like or like not private insurance, but
no, it's not nothing that I'm paying into. It's just something that, you know, for being there, you know, they just give it to you. You know, it's not like, oh, I had to sign up for it. I mean, it's just if you work there, that's what you get.
But I'm saying at any moment of the time, they can just revoke that because it's theirs. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm not trying to pass away no time soon, so I have.
I'm just saying that they can revoke it, and then you
gonna try to.
insured.
I'm trying to make it to where I'm not dependent on that, and that could just be a little extra, you know.
Right. So get your own.
You understand me?
$100,000 life insurance policy is only $50 a month.
I got $150.
$150,000. And how much you pay? Well, that ain't my business.
$30.
Well, goddamn it, I'm getting robbed for $100,000. I'm paying.
Actually, paid for.
I don't pay shit.
Actually have so three, have me, your dad, and myself. We all on the policy. We pay like $80.
$80. Okay.
And both of our policies, like his policy is $150, my policy is $150, and then Demi's is like something like $25. But
I got State Farm. What the fuck? I need to holler at your people. For real, I need to holler at your people.
You supposed to. Okay, so like the rule of thumb for insuring your life is however much you make per year, you supposed to take that in times 10 that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, like a quick scenario, but like say if you're making $30,000 a year, they would want you to times 10 that, and that should be your insurable rate. That should be your insurable payout.
Okay.
So what is that? 300,000?
Yeah,
that's what they would want.
Sounds great to me.
But somebody making $30,000 a year may not realistically be able to afford that type of policy, you know?
True that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Danny.
What?
Commercial
what
break.
What you mean, or are we gonna go to a commercial break?
We can go to a commercial.
Right after these sponsors.
Hey everyone, it's your homegirl Danni Ave. And if you can't get enough of me on the 313 Live Show, then I suggest you come over to Something to Brag About podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Just keyword search STBA. You can also find us on social media, IG and Facebook at Something to Brag About podcast. Please come and check us out. We'd love to have you. Yep, that's right. Because if you like me over here, you're going to love me over there. Thank you and good night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we thought we was going to get away from death. But
nope.
It seems like J.Street had something lined up. And let's talk about it, Jay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Actually, we can go ahead and make this Whose Mans Is That?
Whose man's is that? Let's make it happen.
And then this is nobody's man's in this room. I hope it's nobody's man's in real life. But we're going to talk about this woman. Her name is Starkeisha Thompson. And so pretty much Starkeisha was murdered outside of her home on Collingham near Cordell on the Detroit's east side.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. We used to live on that street.
Yes,
yeah.
Sad.
That's not that far from here.
Yeah. She was, police believe it was because she testified in a carjacking case out of Harper Woods last week. So pretty much how the story, you know, from what I found out about it was her car had got, you know, stolen or something like that. I believe she knew the people who stole it and
carjacked.
Yeah, they had you know, she had went to trial, testified against them, and I guess a couple days later or whatnot, I don't know what the time frame was, they had found her shot and killed or something like that. And I don't know, it was just messed up, man, because it's like, you know, it is so hard to go out here and get a car. I don't know what kind of car it was, but it don't matter if it was brand new or used. You know, it's hard to get them things, man. And for people to, you know, try to steal it, and then, you know, she's trying to, you know, be a law-abiding citizen, going and testifying. You know, it's her stuff. You know, of course. I mean, she could have had some other, you know, stuff done, but, you know, it's just crazy to me that, you know, the Detroit police couldn't even protect her, you know, and I just think it was a sad story. I definitely wanted to touch on this.
Can I tell you the real deal of that story?
Please, that's why I brought it up.
You got it messed up. So that's what your big brother is here for, bro.
Well, look, listen, ain't nobody else mentioned the story.
So let
I
big brother
hear about that.
Let me tell you the real deal of the story. But now J.Street got 95% of the story right.
That's all I need.
Okay, but the other 5% was not right. Okay.
All I need is 95 to pass the class. You understand me?
Okay. Well, what happened was, he's right. Her car was carjacked, not stolen, but she was carjacked. Means someone got the gun and, you know, pulled up on her like, run your shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what it was, the prosecuting attorney was they was pressuring her to testify. And she didn't make it to court to testify because guess what? Someone killed her before she could testify. They don't know for sure if it was the carjackers who did it. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, allegedly, we're going to say allegedly it was them that had something to do with it. But here's the thing. The moral of the story is this, okay? When you are out here and you are in a life of crime and you are robbing and stealing someone's shit and you get caught, everybody does not live by the not snitching rule. If you and technically she's not snitching. Yeah, she wasn't snitching. Nigga, you robbed her for her shit. So if she testify against your dumb ass, you supposed to be ready to take that jail time. If you can't, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And that's serious talk.
I know somebody who she got robbed at the ATM over here on Cantrell somewhere, and so she was like they found the guy, and so she was like going to court to testify. You know, they tried to kill her coming to her house. I don't even know how they even got her information. You know what I'm saying? Like to know where she lived at, but like she was like near death because they tried to kill her coming to her house.
I'm going to tell you how they get the information. And this is the prosecuting attorney's fault and the police fault. Because when they get that paperwork all together and give it to the prosecutor, right, it has the witness's name, address, phone number, and everything on this on the paper. And instead of the prosecutor blacking it out and giving it to the, because you know you can, this is called a discovery packet, and every defendant,
you have the right to know your accuser.
To know who your accuser is. Okay, yes, you can know the accuser's fucking name, but do you need to know the accuser's address and telephone number? No, you don't. So now this is where they need to change that part of the law and say, hey, you can know your accuser's name, but you don't need to know the phone number or the address. And you would have thought after about 30 to 100 killings ago, they would have done this, but they don't do it. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't step up and testify, because of that situation. You're going to know my home address, you're going to know my telephone number, and you're going to know everything about me. So fuck you. I'm not going to testify, and you're going to put all my information out there for the bad guy who I'm testifying on to come to court. But now, if I'm testifying against a motherfucker, oh yeah, you can let that big bad motherfucker come to my door if he wants to, goddamn it. He's gonna, both of us gonna be some shot up motherfuckers.
Say hello to my legal friend.
Both of us gonna be some shot up motherfuckers if that's gonna be the case. But I'm not gonna ever have a situation where I have to call the police, because I'm going to handle the situation myself.
Like, nigga, I am the police.
Oh yeah, I'm the police. I'm the police at on my property. I'm the police. So I'm going to handle that. We don't need the prosecuting attorney and the police to do shit. I'm going to take care of all that.
We got Sheriff Rell over here.
Goddamn right. Big boss hog in this motherfucker.
Moving forward. So, are y'all familiar with corporate?
We're familiar with corporate, yes.
You all like his videos?
Oh, I thought you said, a rapper.
Why you trying to go? Don't try to be smart to me.
Trying to go. Shots fired.
Corporate. Oh, yes. Corporate. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Well, who is this corporate guy?
It's this guy. His videos be circulating on Facebook, but basically he be telling stories. of like scenarios that happen with chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, if y'all haven't seen them, y'all need to check them out.
Hold on.
Do he sing? The guy
He don't really be singing. I mean,
I
he
think
really do
I'm
like
trying
the,
to see, listen,
the videos
I think
with the jerk 48 in there.
Oh, okay,
dark skinned dude.
Dreads.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he's cool.
Yes,
I like
he's
his.
Like he's sweet.
Yeah, he's cool than a
Yeah.
motherfucker. I like his
Check
shit.
out his YouTube. It's lit.
Oh, most definitely. And also check out the 313 Live Show's YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell because we got a lot of new big shit coming over there.
But y'all should already be subscribed because y'all, 313 Live Show family. So y'all should already be subscribed.
We talking about
subscribed.
the new listeners.
Okay, well yeah. Y'all subscribe too.
Yes, sir.
And then resubscribe.
Yup, and then go open up another account and then subscribe off that.
Grab up all your email addresses.
You did.
But
y'all ain't got to do all that, nah. Just subscribe. That's
okay,
all.
so but the funniest memes, so for what you mean, the funniest memes that I've seen all week would have to be all the memes hoeing Jaquise or Jacquees or whatever the singer is who really can't sing. The internet, like, first of all, let's be right. The internet has been hoeing him because he redid LMA's song Trip,
yeah.
So, they had people had him take that song down.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Which was funny because his song circulated. So, LMA, the artist, LMA, she dropped a new song called Trip.
And it's a banger.
It's a good song. But Jacquees just went on there and did a Q mix. And so, his song was getting circulation. You know what I'm saying? Like, people didn't even really necessarily know that it was her song unless you had heard it. So she had her people contact his people and tell his people to take that song down.
Right. Okay. Well, I feel, because motherfucker, you're getting paid off of my shit and I'm not getting paid.
I don't see it that way.
Well, if it's
but he did a cover, like, you know what I'm saying, like,
but not
flattered.
But if he's on YouTube and he's collecting a check off of that, and she's not gonna.
I mean, he is an established artist. I wouldn't say he collected off YouTube, but I would say he did.
Then again, though, like sometimes, like somebody might drop a song and a lot of people don't even know this. You know that Bodak Yellow song with Cardi B? Yeah. That's actually Kodak Black beat. Yeah. So
I mean, we know that.
Yeah, but
most of her stuff is that way.
Yeah, but she probably felt I'm not trying to have that same thing go on. Especially it's so early. It's so early in her career. Just like how Drake did Hotline Bling over. We don't even know Drum, right? So. Where Drum at now? Well, he's probably getting money still, but
see, it's real hard because I feel like Kodak Black was established. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't even matter if Cardi went on his beat or whatever and took his flow, because to me Kodak is established. You know what I'm saying?
But Cardi passed him up though.
Yeah, money wise, but I just feel like Kodak still make good music. You know what I'm saying? Like Kodak write his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's true, but he ain't on Saturday Night Live though.
In 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, but in the next 2-3 years, let's revisit this conversation and see where Cardi B is in 3 years.
Well, shit, she still have some money. I know that.
Hey, we thought some of the best would still have some money, and that's not true.
Who? Like who? Who did you think?
But look at Young Buck in his prime when he was with G Unit. He had some money. Look at him now.
I seen Young Buck on Warren not too long ago.
No, you didn't.
No, but
okay. So who you think you thought was gonna be around, but it's not?
It's a lot of them.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's real talk. It's a lot of them.
Chief Keef, he came out.
I didn't think he was gonna be around.
But he ain't got the money that he had when he first came into the game.
I can say that about Fetty Wap because we didn't see that coming.
Yeah, especially his album did pretty good.
What happened to Fetty Wap? He's broke.
I don't know if he broke. He on Love and Hip Hop, right?
Nah.
He on some shit.
He appeared on like maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
Listen, when you on one episode, you on all the episodes.
Like he didn't get paid. Like he's not a cast member.
Oh.
Shit, if he was appeared, he got paid.
Right.
I mean, I doubt it. It was really like he wasn't even in no confessionals. He really was just like on camera for like 2 seconds.
Fetty Wap, have your people call our people to find out if you got paid.
Yes, please. I'm telling you, he got paid because they had to get the sign off to even have him his appearance.
Yeah,
on
he
that
with
show.
a label.
So. He probably didn't even nothing.
I know if I'm on there, I want to get paid.
Somebody who I think, like, I don't think this person is washed up by any means, but I just feel like people think this person is washed up and he's a genius, is T-Pain. Like,
T-Pain is nowhere near washed up.
Yeah, but people but he reached out to Cardi to do a song for her. You know, she turned him down.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Shit, what's the name?
T-Pain is the man, but people don't, like, respect him like no more.
Same thing. Listen, same thing happened with Future. You know, Rell, he don't like none of the new shit, but Future, I remember when he first came out, because I was a big fan of him for a minute. You know, I've been fucking with him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, back when Future first came out, he had that song Tony Montana, right? And he had it was actually, you know, it was a real big song, and then Drake had hopped on the remix. Remember that? So Drake, Future was, you know, pretty much telling Drake, like, yeah, this my baby or whatnot like that. This gonna be the song that get me out there. So he wanted Drake to hop in the video. Drake said no. And
why did Drake say no? Is that disclosed?
I don't know. You know, and I remember Future put out a video pretty much like, yeah, you know, we don't rock with Drake and shit like that. Now look. It's just crazy, man, like how, you know, sometimes people won't see, you know, until you got to do your own thing and pretty much blow up.
It's the classic story that Kanye tell.
But here's the thing as well too. I would honestly, I doubt if Cardi B turned T-Pain down.
No, she did.
No, I'm saying she may have done it. It may not have been her.
He came out and said it.
It may not have been her. I'm saying
it
might have been her people because you know. Not the label, but the people that are in her ear, like, oh, you don't want to do nothing with that motherfucker. He washed up, he old news, and then bam, you know, they said, well, no, Cardi don't want to do this because there's been artists that have said, wait, somebody want to work with me. I never knew that. And they said, well, you turned him down. I was like,
I did hear that.
No,
yeah.
I didn't turn him down. You know, it'd be the people in the circle. So it's a possibility that Cardi B didn't even know that T-Pain wanted to do a song with her. You know what I'm saying? Because T-Pain, if you look at T-Pain, he's not hurting. He's not broke. You look at where he...
Oh, that auto-tune? Yeah. Y'all was laughing at him.
Yeah, I was laughing at that nigga. He was cashing checks.
Nah, that app, man, he makes money.
Oh, yeah, he makes big money off of that. Most definitely. So, you know, I honestly believe that it was just someone in her circle because if you look at Cardi, got some of the wrong people in her circle. And when you got the wrong people in your circle, you don't last long. Like, look at 50 Cent. How he's matured since he got rid of a lot of the people that was in his circle at first. And he was doing a lot of dumb shit. He was on his way on the downhill spiral, but he stopped and like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get the right people around me. And then those people that was doing the wrong shit come out, oh, he was a punk. He was a sellout. You know what I'm saying? He doing this and doing that with other motherfuckers. No, them other motherfuckers got his best interests at heart. You didn't. You were just eating off of them.
We had one of 50 Cent people on the show before, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, go back and check that out, y'all.
Bang'em Smurf.
Oh,
and I got a surprise interview coming up with someone that the Young Buck accuser. So just sit tight. That's coming. That's full fledged, ready to go. So hold tight on that. So did y'all hear how Kanye West went to the White House, made an ass of himself again?
I think he got a bedroom up there, if I ain't mistaken.
I can't keep up with the Kanye headlines.
Oh, well, let me give you a little bit of what happened. Just a little teaser or something, you know.
Trump is on his hero's journey right now, and he might not have expected to have a crazy like Kanye West run up and support. You know, I love Hillary, I love everyone, right? But the campaign, I'm with her, just didn't make me feel as a guy that didn't get to see my dad all the time, like a guy that could play catch with his son. It was something about when I put this hat on, it made me feel like Superman. So when I said I like Trump to like someone that's liberal, they'll say, oh, but he's racist. You think racism can control me? Oh, that don't stop me. That's an invisible wall. Best believe we are going to make America great. Now, the thing is, another thing is black people have an issue with the word again. And I believe my feeling from that is because I'm going to go all the way Sigmund with it, because time is a myth. All we have is now, all we have is today. So the word again, it doesn't hurt us because of the idea of racism and slavery, the different things. It hurts us because we need to focus on who we are now, today. I believe. So I actually brought some hats in that have a bit of a transition. I'm not trying to put you up on the spot a little bit. I made a hat that says "Make America Great."
You're speaking to the mic for this.
Let me say,
whose man's is that?
That's not my man's. Let me just say this. First of all, this is how you know that slavery is such a touchy subject because of the way that he just washed over. Like, again, you know, the slavery. You're such a punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying everything else loud and clear and everybody can hear you. Then when you start talking about what the people are really referring about when you say again, you gonna maul over it like slavery, segregation. Like, no, like I can't stand. Like, I have so many feelings. Like,
I feel like because he, I don't know. I think he just been so privileged for so long that he just got lost.
No, what happened was he needed some fucking psychiatric help when his mother passed away.
And did not get it.
And you got to look at it. He's harboring some deep down issues. You got to look at it. His money killed his mother. His money allegedly paid for this doctor to go to her house to do this surgery at her home when her own doctor told her not to do this surgery because she was not ready, because she wanted to look good for the holiday.
Because her heart was too weak for the surgery.
Yes. And Kanye West didn't sue this doctor. He just signed a non-disclosure thing where he couldn't talk about it, couldn't make money off of it, and they didn't prosecute him, right? So I believe that that's a lot of guilt still there eating him up, and he did not get the help because he didn't have the right people around him to say, hey, you need some help. But now it's a sad day and a sad situation when Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly goes public, and through their people, they didn't go public, but through their people to say that they done cut all ties to Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. So
now, before you go there, I just want to bring up a point. Jay-Z and Beyonce made an album and took plenty of shots at y'all. Like, they took actual shots at y'all. They just didn't call y'all by name.
Wait a minute, they did? They took shots at Kanye?
Yes. Beyonce and Jay-Z both took shots at them.
Wow.
All through that Carter's album.
Are you for real?
I'm so serious. Y'all never listened to that album?
I never listened to it.
It's a good album.
I ain't listened to it either.
Great album, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna listen to it tomorrow.
I'm gonna listen to it now that you talk about it.
It's little shots here and there. If you just listening to what Jay-Z's saying, like one song in particular, he because Kanye was mad that Jay-Z didn't come to the wedding or something. Yeah. He was like, I was beefing with my wife. I'm not leaving my house. Like, I don't care what's going on in your life. Like, you got your wife. You get married. My marriage is about to be over. Like, this is what takes precedence. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shout out everybody he fuck with. He like, I fuck with this person. I fuck with this person. Like that was it was a great album. Y'all should listen to it.
But he didn't shout Kanye out?
No, but here's the thing. They took shots at y'all. Kanye ain't came out and said nothing. And he took no shots at them. Like, but you want to go and make videos about other men in reference to your wife.
Some Kardashians.
Yeah, and hey,
Beyonce called her a thought. Like, man,
everybody call him. He should be ashamed. Everybody call him Kim Ye. So that's letting you know that he don't even have nuts. Nobody look at him as the man. They look at Kim as the head of that relationship. And
they said she gearing up for a divorce.
I possibly believe that because he's saying I'm getting ready to move back to Chicago and this and that, and Kim Kardashian ain't going to Chicago, so that's a great possibility. I don't believe it either. I just think he was saying that fuck ass shit just to get some attention. And then you gotta look at it now. This is the same Kanye West that said George Bush got on national TV with Mike Myers and said that George Bush didn't like black people and didn't care about black people because of the Hurricane Katrina situation, right? Then this is the same Kanye West that jumps on stage and interrupts Taylor Swift from getting her award, and this same Fox News media and everyone else did not like him, hated him, called him out his name, and just basically was shy of calling him a nigger. Now that same media that he's being a coon, buck dancing and doing everything for Donald Trump, they love him. Kanye, they got him all over the news. Well, he think they love him. What they're doing is they're making a fool out of him. Like, look at this idiot. Just look how dumb he is. Now, when you get Don Lemon, the biggest coon of the biggest coon of the coons, the grand coon, comes out and say Kanye West is a coon and Kanye West is a fool. He does not represent black people. He don't represent me. Then you know you done really fucked up because the grand coon done called you out.
Granddaddy of them all.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yeah, so now you just look at this. It's a fucked up situation, but hey, it is what it is, man. And we gonna cut this short. And y'all, any one of y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about?
I do, but I want Danny to go first.
I don't got nothing.
Oh well, let me.
Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. No, I'm playing. I just want to, shout out Sweetie's Day that's next week.
Okay.
I don't have anything planned, but I'm hoping that anybody's
Yes, you
listening.
do.
I do.
That girl who you said you wasn't talking to.
Matter of fact, listen. I was gonna show you something, but I can't have it on the show because I ain't trying to be hot like that.
Okay.
So
show us after the show.
Yeah, definitely. So shout out to Sweetie's Day. I'm not sure if all the women know it's for guys. It's
not.
It's for guys.
No, it's
Valentine's Day for you.
First of all, let's go back. Sweetie's Day is for orphan kids.
Okay. Yes, that's the truth.
And that's it.
Oh well.
That's it.
Next week I'm gonna be an orphan, so
yeah, I'm an orphan, so I'm
an orphan.
So Sweetie's Day is for me, because I was an orphan kid.
Well, God, me too, because I was an orphan.
Me 3.
I wasn't.
And so take care of y'all men next week,
or yourself,
or J.Street. And I got any contact information y'all need. I can get that out there to y'all, but J.Street needs to be taking care of this Sweetie's Day. So, yeah.
You got a sweetie?
No, well, I don't know. We gonna see. I don't know.
If you don't know a week before, like, it
might be all bad. No. It might be all bad, and that's not uncommon. But
well, I don't have no sweeties.
Yeah, last week was bad for you. The boom, boom, boom.
Demi will be my sweetie, and I will be buying her something.
That's what's up.
Shout out to that.
Huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anything?
That's all you had?
Nope. I wanted to shout out to all the people over at Brush and Madison Studios downtown. I got the address too now.
Okay, because I was listening to that one episode.
Yeah.
And some shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we can't do that in some shit no more. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Actually, I don't have it.
Okay.
So
it's on Brush.
It's on 74. No, actually, the address is 7436 Woodward. I was trying to get all the coordinates, so if somebody wanted to go find it with their compass.
Yeah, they got the address, so they can.
7436 Woodward. Next week I had a phone number for y'all, and I think we good, man.
They can Google map
Shout out to myself. Shout out to all the fellow podcasters, Podcast Detroit.
Yes,
that's right. Y'all. Shout out to all the podcasters all around the world, all the YouTubers, and Young Buck. I'm praying for you.
Oh, and maybe next Sunday we can do our live stream.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
So they can see us?
Yeah.
I wish they could have seen us this week because niggas just fucking.
Okay. You think you looking good?
No, I'm talking about all of us.
I'm not
talking
looking
about
that
all
good.
of us, man.
My shirt don't fit today.
Look, I got on my work shirt. So thank God we wasn't live streaming. So,
well, it's all good.
Well, this has been episode
103.
103.
All right, y'all. See y'all.
Peace.